For anybody who they find side chick.
We are outside.
Wait, sorry. What are your statistics, Miss Wowza?
About what?
Your statistics, like your bust, waist, and hips.
So I'm 38 double D. My waist is 26, and I'm 58 60. I think I've added weight.
Did you do any surgery? Be honest.
I did fat freezing, not surgery, fat freezing.
What part of
Only fat. It's over 2 years.
Sorry?
It's over 2 years.
Yeah, I'm saying what part of Africa are you from?
Oh, very, very much Ugandan. My mom is Ugandan. My dad is Kenyan. So I'm basically half Ugandan, half Kenyan.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow!
So I'm Kenyan.
Wow. Okay. I'm having a bit of an issue with launching Facebook because the internet finish. I need to launch Facebook afresh. Please don't be angry. Delete the video. So let me start it afresh. I'm so sorry. I was on the wrong network and it was quite poor. So, okay, we're back on Facebook. All right, the debate continues.
First of all, we came so late. Oh my God. And I actually forgot the time of Nigeria is different from where I am. So literally I canceled to go out to be back home by 11:30, not remembering that it's not Nigerian time.
So what time is it where you are?
We are right now is 2:27 a.m. So we are literally 2 hours ahead of Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of ish.
All right. So let's go straight to the point. How are you doing, Samaria?
I'm doing all right.
Wait, second wife or side chick? I wish I could get the lady who was with us yesterday again to join us. If I see her, I'll bring her in. So what is your take? Let us start with you, Samaria. What is your take? Second wife or side chick, Samaria? Oh, wow. We've lost Samaria. Her network always does this. It always times her out. What is your... All right, bro. How are you doing? PB Cakes.
I'm doing well, Daddy Freeze. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So over to you. What is your take on the subject matter?
Side chick or second wife? I think I would prefer a second wife.
What?
Because I think the less drama and the less problems in terms of lies. I think a lot of things has to do with honesty, right? In terms of both of them knowing this is what they are getting into. And if they don't like it, they move on. Right? Rather than lying and going behind the doors, answering your phone in secret, going out, doing all that. To be honest, there are women who, if you're not like that, that's fine. But there are women who are okay with it, honestly. I never used to think that way, but until I started to, I grew up, I started to mix and associate myself with different women. There are women who are okay with it. That as long as you are able to tell each other the truth and they see each other and they know each other, they are okay with it. So I think I would actually prefer that rather than lies here and there every day. That's my take.
Okay. We have a woman here. Her name is Samaria. Samaria was married before. Samaria, would you have preferred the husband came home with a side chick or If your husband came,
That he brings. Well, my husband before, I would have preferred him having third wives, third, fourth, fifth wives, no problem. My future husband, I would prefer a side chick.
You prefer a side chick? What?
Thank
My
you.
future husband, my
She
future
joined.
husband, I'll prefer a side chick I would bring. I would really want to bring the person.
Is because this our lovely brother Yol came out with a video today saying that people don't know what's going on in his house. And I'm sorry about that. You see, men cheat. But to go and marry the woman inside house is where we don't understand. Because especially coming from someone who has the intention of running for president. So if Nigeria messes up to move to Ghana and go and collect citizenship and start doing campaign for election as Ghanaian president, just think, because it just is a bit funny. But like I said, everyone to his perspective, everyone running their home. Over to you, Wowza. You've been a side chick before. We had this conversation yesterday. And,
Yeah, 100%.
And one thing you said yesterday was, while you were a side chick, you never cheated on your married man.
No. So first of all, one thing everybody needs to understand that if it's one, see, you'd rather have a side chick than a wife, because the side chick, we are known to the wife. The wife never gets to know us. It's we that we know the wife exists. So what you don't know doesn't hurt, number one. So the last time I was in a live video, so I have 3 different couples that actually married. They want me to be their number 3. They asked me to talk about it on my live. The wife loves me and the husband wants me to be their number 3. Yes, I have 3 married couples. I am still trying to think, because I to be honest with you, I've really been going through a lot of relationship. Yeah, I know he's looking at like, this girl is crazy. Yeah, they asked me to talk about it on live. I was like, I would never. They're like, just say it. Like, they want me to be their number 3.
Now, hold on. That means the wife is also into girls.
The wife suggested me to be their number 3.
As in number 3 in their bedroom or number 3 in their equation?
Number 3 as the marriage. They are married. We're going to have the same WhatsApp. We're going to be sharing passwords of the phone, do everything, go on the same dates together, travel together, do everything together like we are both married. We are all married.
I've seen people ask me out on that before.
So I have 3 marriages right now. I've been battling for the past 6-8 months. I'm still not sure. The guy was like, talk about it on live. I was like, but yeah.
I think people approach me for a thing like that.
Tell us about this. What do you honestly consider? Do you think it's something you'd want to do?
Me?
See, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been battling it for long. I will not lie to you, for months. Not even just months. It's over 1 year I've been battling it. Do I want it? Yes. Am I scared? Yes, because I'm a very emotional person. Forget the fact that I can be a side chick, but I'm the kind of person, once I'm with somebody, it's you and you. So I'm scared of putting myself out there, because we cannot get a marriage certificate for 2 women.
But you can get a tradition.
You get it? We can't get a marriage certificate for 2 women. But then the wife tells me every day that, babe, nothing will be different from me and you. Our husband will treat us the same. We will share our phone passwords, live in the same house, go to the same trips, do everything together. She actually wants it more than the husband.
Yes, buds, you won't come and watch this now.
No, seriously.
In case you change your mind.
And after the 3 marriages, there is one I'm actually considering, because they have been asking it for 2 years now. And he keeps telling me every day that my wife is all about, they've tried other girls, but he says, no, it's Ashley, and it's Ashley, and it's Ashley, and she's stuck up on me.
Now,
you get it?
Question. Let me ask you a question, yeah. Did you guys discuss the dynamics of sharing the bedroom? Or are you all going to be in the bedroom at the same time?
We're all going to be doing the deed at the same time. If she's at work, I'm off day, I can be having him. When I'm in the office, she can be having him.
Wow. All right. All right. Samaria said she also had this kind of proposal. Tell us about your proposal, Samaria.
It wasn't a long story. I mean, it was the man who approached me. So, but they weren't married. But I think they are cohabitating. I mean, they are partners. So, and it happened over here in the States. So he requested to know if,
was the man African or American people?
No, it's white. It's white.
Now them they get those years. Now over to Wowza. The couple are they African, Nigerian, or they're foreigners?
Actually, the woman is very much African. And the other one is Black American. The other couples are actually fully Nigerians, both of them. Yes, they are both Nigerians. We have traveled together. Yes, but nothing really happened. But the guy does everything. At that point, I wasn't really mentally.
So don't you think?
I haven't decided.
Don't you think she's trying to be in charge? You remember what I said yesterday, that I'm the kind of a person that wouldn't mind bringing someone for my husband rather than him going behind.
It's not about this. Is going to be something permanent.
Maria, you see, we say a lot of things on live, but do you really mean it? For
okay, I did.
You know what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna
screenshot you the messages.
When I was dating.
No.
I had a relationship because my ex then lived in UK and I was back home. And, we were together for 5 years. And one time I cheated and it was like, he was really stressing my life because of that. He got to know I cheated and it was like the topic. He wouldn't just forgive. He kept bringing it on over.
Hold on. Why did you?
Why did I cheat? I cheated. I mean, it wasn't intentional. I mean, there was this guy that I was close to. So we started talking and we were just too close. Like, that's why I say, you see, this bestie thing does not work. I never had a bestie and we weren't going to be bestie, but it happened that he was just looking for a wife and I wasn't willing to be his wife, but we were close. So one thing led to another. We started liking each other and even my ex knew about it because I would call my ex and tell him about engineer. The guy is somebody I wouldn't want to mention his name because he's also popular. Like, I mean, people would know him very well. So
Daddy, freeze. Just 1 minute, no. Okay? Do you have another phone?
Yeah.
So,
I'm sending you DM of the screenshot, but you cannot share it. But I want you to confirm the whole thing I'm telling you, but from your phone.
Okay. I'm going to send you my WhatsApp number, if that's okay.
I'll send it right now. Just go through it because I'm seeing people saying, oh, she's lying. It's not possible. I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay. Let me send you WhatsApp number so you can screenshot.
So back to what I was saying.
Yes, I'm listening to you.
And then I told him what happened, and he started kind of he would at any slight that thing he kept throwing it to my face. So one day I decided, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to get this guy somebody so we can be even. So I went out that day in search of a woman, and luckily I was able to get one. And to think that while I was even with her, her boyfriend called her on the phone and asked her where she was, and she said she was with her girlfriend, that's me. And then I had to, say something on the phone. Yeah, we here, we hanging out, ladies out. And then I took her to my boyfriend.
Husband.
He was, in fact, to be honest with you, right? He wasn't my husband, but we were very serious. But the reason why I did that is not because.
Let me ask you this question. Your former husband, did you ever cheat on him?
No.
No. Because you're
far from
right now.
No, far from that. Never. Never. Far from that.
Why?
I didn't have any reason to cheat. Why would I cheat? A lot of people are liking this topic now because I know it's gonna spread like woo. And they'll be like, first of all, is Samaria separated or divorced? Woo! Was Samaria married? Daddy, please, you finish me up.
All right. Wowza, I sent. You can send me the screen.
I'm sending you the screenshots because everybody thinks I'm lying, and
That is
that's I want you to read.
the things that happen abroad is unbelievable. Back home, it happens back home, but because of culture and what my neighbors say, it's hidden.
Check your WhatsApp.
It's a lot more open, and people do it with all confidence, and they beat their
exactly.
and they do it. There was let me tell you the story. There was a lady, when I went to do my laundry one time in my building, so there's this lady I kind of liked, right? And I didn't see she was married. I didn't know she was married, so I kind of approached her and everything. And she gave me a number and all that. Then when I realized she had a ring on, I kind of backed off. Because, like, that's not my thing. Once you are married...
Nachato, I'm listening to you, bro. Continue.
Yes, I can do any lady, but once you are married, that's just my own... Like, I don't respect your home and everything, right? I was come back from work one day, and I packed my car, and I forgot something in my car, and I walked back to my car. I saw a number on my windshield. I was like, I dialed the number. It was her. I was like, I thought you said you're married and everything. She was like, me and my husband were open. This lady is in my building, and I see her every time. She's like, we're open. Let's have a threesome with your husband. That is what she told me. I was the one who backed off, and I was like, listen, if you are divorced, then you can come back to me. But the fact that you're married, I don't do married people. And every time I see her, we're in the elevator together. The husband is like, kind of like my friend because he parks on the same level I park. She would just turn back and wink at me. And her husband doesn't know. She lied to me that the husband was open, but her husband doesn't know. And the husband is like my close friend and everything. Another week when I came back from work, I saw her leaving the building with a random guy. And I was like, this man doesn't know. So the kind of thing that happens here, that the phrase hiding is like it's open. It happens, and they are very confident. So everything she's saying, it's true. It happens.
Exactly.
I've seen what I haven't seen in my life when yeah.
Wow. I've heard it all today.
Yes.
Thank you so much, my bro.
Yes.
P Bob's Cakes.
Correct.
Does amazing cakes, guys.
Thank you.
Check out his page.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So right now, let me bring some more people. You want to be inside this conversation? I've got two guests, Wowza and Samaria. They're going to be my guests. I hope Instagram does not remove Samaria, because you get with Instagram and Samaria, they drag. We like saying a man. So,
but I hope you have read the screenshots I sent you.
I'm reading all of them.
So why you do that? Let me entertained, right? I'm going to share a little. So why you do that? Let me keep them entertained with a little story.
All right, share.
Just like yesterday, Daddy Freeze, you were saying something about sometimes people don't choose to have side chicks. It happens by accident. You meet people aligned, you fall in love with them. Let me give you guys this short story. A few years ago, there was this guy I met. So I was looking for an address. So when I drove past his house where he was at, and then that was how we connected. And then he just came out. He was telling me, oh, there's something going on with your car. We'll take you to where they'll fix it. Blah, 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 fast forward. So that was how we started dating. And he had just returned from UK. And this guy, not like I imagined, not like I never asked. I did ask him over and over again. And he said he was single. To an extent, when he comes to my place, my friend would be like, nah, sis, Kai, this guy is too cute to be single. I mean, there wasn't any sign of wedding ring or whether a sign or a mark or whatever on his, hand. So I just believed he really was single. To even think he lied that he wasn't even on any of the social medias, like he doesn't do social media. So, I mean, I really believed him more. And he was more on the disciplinarian side, because he would call me in the morning, what you have, going on with you today, like so. And everything was going on smoothly. So one day, Just one day, I don't even know what was going on that evening. I was with him, and then it looked like I flashed through something that looked like a messenger, and then he tried to hide his phone. So while he tried to hide the phone, he didn't want me to get to know what was going on. But I felt like, then I began to like, oh, I think something is going on with this guy. There's something about this guy I don't know. He claimed he doesn't have Facebook. He doesn't do social media. How come he has Messenger? And I had to start digging. And then I found a complimentary card in his vehicle. And when I saw the complimentary card, I had to see his full name there. Then I had to search for the full name. Unlike me, I would research. But I so believed him because usually when I see people, I trust people a lot at first. So when I searched, I now saw him and I saw a wedding ring. I mean, I saw his wedding picture. When I saw his wedding picture, I mean, at that point, I was hot. I'm not going to lie to you. I really felt bad. And then I reached out to the wife. No, I had to go back to his house, to ask him about it. And when I got there, he was saying, oh, what happened was that when he saw me at first, he never knew it was going to be me or he was going to fall in love with me. That his intentions were to get me for his younger brother in Paris. And that was why he had asked me if we were going to travel to Paris, blah, 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 blah. And then he fell in love with me along the line. I was like, really? To me, the story didn't fall in at that moment. Because you met me at the time I was beginning to be serious with my life. And you came into my life for a few months. You was trying to, even when he comes to my house, he would talk to the gate man. In fact, my gate man, if I had known, I would have given that guy something meaningful because my gate man never liked him for one day. He would come, he would be commanding him left and right. So my gate man didn't like him. It looked like the Hausa boy even saw the vision before me, more than I did. And so, and then I reached out to the wife. Yes, I reached out to the wife on Messenger. And to her, at first, I think she must have felt, oh, I probably maybe been having an affair with her husband. Maybe the thing went sour, and then I had to look for her to come and report. But that wasn't the reason why I reached out. Because the guy was going about telling everybody that he was single. And I knew he was going to keep doing that over and over again. So, but the reason why I share the story is because he claimed that he fell in love with me along the line while trying to study me for his brother, on behalf of his brother, and he fell in love with me. So you see, people just come up with a lot of reasons why they want to keep you as a side chick and why they mess with you. And perhaps if I get like 300 people now tell me, drop his name, I'll drop his name. So you all go check him out on Facebook. Tell me, drop his name. 300 people comment, drop his name. I'll drop his name. Oh, Lord. Okay.
All right, guys.
I
read through the messages and wowza. All I can say is wow.
Drop his name. Drop his name.
Drop his name.
He's very cute though. Drop his name. I'm watching. Drop his name. The first name begins with, let me see, drop his name. I'll drop it. Yes. Let's drop his name. Okay,
right.
Hey, Daddy.
Hello.
Please. Hi.
Cute. How are you?
I'm all right. Are you?
What's the and cute girls today? All right, tell us your story.
Wazi, I want to ask Wazi a question. I don't have much to say because me, I would not like to be a side chick. I want to be with my man. My man has to be for only me. I don't like sharing. Like, why are you always attracted to married people? Because all your discussions since yesterday is all about married people. Is it that you don't like? Is it that you don't like dating young men?
What?
Is that question for me, sweetheart?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah.
Hi. First of all, how are you? And welcome to our live. What's your question, baby girl?
What I'm trying to say is, don't you like going out with young men? Like, don't you like to have a man to yourself alone without sharing? Because
babe,
yesterday you have been discussing about like you like being with married people. Is it that you're attracted to married people? You don't like young men?
you're right. I don't like young men. Very true. Yes. Tick. Next answer. I'm attracted to married men. No, they're attracted to me. That's what I can't control.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Are you? Do you feel in a way that this thing is a burden or something, or you are doing that? Do you feel that being with married people or that it's not nice, I need to be with my own man? Don't you get
Babe,
jealous
I'll
about
tell
it?
you something. In 2016, I was engaged to the only man I've ever loved till today. He's the only man that actually made me choke even when I'm sleeping. Till today, I've never fallen in love that I fell in love that day. Let me tell you something. When it got over, that's when I woke up, okay? See, I don't feel bad for whatever I've been doing. I don't feel bad about anything because at the end of the day, most of the people blushing me, a lot of people, they don't even know where they stand. I actually know where I stand when I'm with somebody. At least I know what I'm doing, okay? Secondly, I'm telling you, I don't choose to be a side chick. It just happens. Knowingly and unknowingly, sometimes it happens. Thirdly, do I want a man for myself? I would love that. But guess what? Men, they change according to the pasture around. That's nature. So when he's with you, appreciate him. When he leaves your door, he's for somebody else. How about that?
Yeah, but I know that a lot of men cheat, but out of 100, there are still some faithful men that would like to be
Baby,
with just one
there is
person.
nothing like faithful man. When you wake up from your imaginary thinking like your man is only with you, you will be living happy life because these men, they cheat. And you see me right now, even if I find a single guy, he tells me he loves me, I'll be like, no problem, me too, I love you. I don't believe it. I have been there and I've told you the only man I've fell in love with was in 2016 and that was the last period.
Anyway, me, I'm not married, but I hope to marry soon, and my man will have to be for me alone. I don't think my man.
Maybe I'm going to get married just to
because
let you
if
know.
you are good enough, why will your man be cheating on you?
Baby, there's nothing like good enough for any man. A man stays where he feels like staying. So when the nature changes, they change. The sooner you know that, the better.
Anyway, me, I don't believe in that because some women too, they have their own problem too. It's not all about.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, don't worry. I pray that you get
it's
somebody.
not about men alone. Some women too have their own problem. Like when they are married, they don't what attracted the man to them, they don't do it anymore. So how do you expect the man not to cheat?
Sorry,
because
I cannot relate because I've been with married men.
If a man what the man really wants, there's no point of cheating. So there are still faithful men that don't.
Yeah,
baby, I can't relate because I've not yet met somebody. So until then, I'm outside.
And I don't like that, right? We are women.
Now.
The thing is that times, like
baby girl, don't worry. I got the questions are coming in. I love it. Please, Daddy, please. Anybody who wants to ask me a question.
There are people who make mistakes. There are people who get into something maybe it wasn't intentional. Some may not even know until they get in it deeply. So it's always good to define it from the start. That's the only thing if you want to advise, because it's always good, to define your relationship and talk about your relationship status at first, and not maybe be like, oh, it look like I'm partially married, I'm 10% married. Oh, my parents organized the person. Oh, we don't live together, we're separated, and then you let someone fall in love with you because this love of a thing is this chemistry thing. I mean, you see, this love is not something you control. It's not. It's not. Just, it's beyond you.
Not just love. Men are uncontrollable.
So the person will fall in love with you, and then you start saying the person is married, and expect the person to throw you away like that. It doesn't work like that. We are humans. We have feelings,
No, it's not that I'm not judging anyone.
So are you blaming? Are you going
to be married man? So everybody, everybody know what they are looking for.
Are you blaming the men who go after her? Are you blaming her who accepts?
No, like it's a choice because me personally, if a married man is talking to me, I'm seeing that as an insult. So me, I'm not.
The question
is, how will you know he's married?
How would
you even wear rings anymore, baby girl? They don't wear rings anymore. They don't tell you they are married.
Do you start by asking them if they are married to start with? Let me ask.
No, like you ask them if they are single or not, and
baby,
that you should take your time to notice to find out if they are married or not. Like, okay, what about the man that told you? Your last question, you said there's a man that was talking to you that you noticed that the man is married. And he's not.
No, that's not what I said. That I didn't know he was married till late. He didn't tell me he was married till after a long time. He didn't even tell me. I was the one. Sorry, he wasn't the one who told me.
Your time. You took.
He was still busy. He was still busy in doing ta with me. He didn't tell me. I found out after several ta.
Right.
You know.
Thank you so much, Faith Collections. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to bring somebody else. We have quite a few people here who have interesting things to share. Today is quite, guys, instead of sending me comments, I'm looking for you inside the comment section. Why don't you send me a request? Jackie, Galinda. Why don't you send me a request? Try to look for you. It's quite difficult. If I'm trying, guys, if you're interested in joining the conversation, send me a request. Big shout out to Lexi KG. All right, Jackie. How are you doing, Jackie?
Very well, thank you.
All right.
So, there's been arguments of being a side chick or not. To me, we're in the time now where it doesn't really matter whether you're a wife or a side chick. The problem is with us. We are our own problem. The women, the men, nobody wants to be a fool. Because for a marriage to work, I believe one person has to be a fool, or a relationship to work. One person will have to be a fool for the other. Because if you have two smart people in a relationship or a marriage, it will never work. And the women of this day are now smart, and they are not going to sit around and let their man act anyhow. Neither is the man ready to just sit and be faithful. In the time of our parents, the women actually turned blind eye to such things. That was why we never would hear your dad has children outside, and you never get to know them except the man either dies or something happens. But what's going on now is nobody wants to be a fool for anybody anymore. And I totally agree with Wowza.
Wowza, baby.
Yes, I totally agree with her. It's her opinion, it's her stand. She has been through a lot, so it's her choice. I also am like that. We've given up on Mr. Single and young men because they've actually made us feel, or made me feel, there's no good to them. There's nothing good can come out of them. Like they'll be there, they have these different characters. Some are not domesticated. They don't want to help you around the house. Just believe it's all about the money. Some lie. Some do very crazy things, not only cheating. So women now are wiser. So we should not we should not put it on one gender. So that's what I have to say.
All right. Thank you so much, my sister. God bless you. Where is Vidoma? Vidoma, send me a request so I can bring you on live. In the meantime, let me bring a guy. I want to hear what the guys have to say. Vidoma, send me a request so I can bring you live after this gentleman.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Bros, you know,
sorry about that. Yeah, well done.
Well done. So what is your take on the entire drama?
Well, for me, I think life, all this is all about choice, you understand? Like when you talk about, it's all about choice. Like when you talk about the issue, the topic is about side chick and second wife, right?
Yes. If you were to choose, which one will you choose?
For me, I'm not ready to have to have two women, because even one is a problem. But me, I cannot condemn polygamy, because if I condemn polygamy, because it means I'm condemning, like, my own self, because for my grandfather even married 5 wives. You understand? So which my grandmother was the 5th, the last. So if I condemn polygamy, it means I've even condemned my own, existence as a human being, because my grandfather married 5, and my grandma was the 5th one. So, but getting married second wife for all those things is a choice. and I can never condemn it. It's something that for me, I can never do it. You understand? Because even my grandfather has nine boys, like nine men. My father, they are nine with other women, you know. So, but none of them marry second wife, you know. So I will not. I can't see myself doing such things. So for me, it's not. It's a thing of a past. You know, even some people will say people should marry. Like I was listening to one girl once at a time. She was saying the Northerners are doing it. That's why they're having population. You know, they can rig election. They can do this. For me, that doesn't make sense to me. So it doesn't make sense that I marry a lot of wife. I have a lot of children, and some of them became, you know, problem to the society and all those stuff. Use it to ring election. All those things doesn't
Okay,
make
but
sense.
just choose one.
So,
Sorry.
I'm not doing any.
Because I wouldn't choose anyone if he asked me, but I just have to. So choose one.
He said he wasn't choosing any. Now, I want to bring the conversation back to the interesting people we have in the house, Samaria and Wowza. Wowza, who are you chatting with on the phone? Your married couple?
No, I'm actually sharing your live to more than 10 people to get online.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Let them
So they are following you and getting on live right now.
Let them come online so we can all have this discussion because it's really important. Now, when you come live, permanent guest,
okay,
Wowza and Samaria, when you come live, what I need you to do is just come quickly, drop your comment, and I'll take you out so more people can.
Okay.
I've got Vidoma here. Vidoma is gonna come in here real quick. Smiley.
Okay, bye.
After Vidoma, I'm going to bring you on. If you're interested in coming live, send a request. I'm not going to pull you up from the comment section. Keep that at the back of your mind. Vidoma, how are you doing, my sister?
Hello, Daddy Freeze. Good evening.
Good evening. So what is your take?
Okay, if I'm to choose, I would rather not choose anyone. I'm too emotional to either be a side chick or to be a second wife. My reason is this. I'm not good at sharing. Like, I don't have that mind. I can't handle it. But I will not condemn those that choose to be either a second wife or a side chick. Is a thing of choice. If you can handle it, then it's fine. But my own is this. If you have to be a side chick, there's what they call there's this phrase they say, what revolves around us, what goes around comes around us. I like Wowza. Like I've always been listening to her during your life always, and I like her vibe. Why I like her is this, because she's 100% honest, and I like that. I remember the time of Maria incident when I said that so many young women that was on that life that day are actually side chicks. So why are they trying to create a scene here? Like, so in this planet now, a whole lot of people are doing a whole lot of crazy things, but we don't want to embrace and own the truth. We just want to keep hiding until we are caught in the act. Then we will be like, oh yeah. If being a side chick makes you happy, you have your reason for being a side chick. You get? It's your choice. It doesn't make you a bad person as long as you know your boundaries. You get it? You don't ruin people's marriage. And taking that as a choice, you should also understand that when it comes to your own time, there will always be a side chick.
I'm
Also
ready
be
for that,
open
baby.
to.
And by
Also
the
be
way, if I
open.
date your husband, I will shop for you. When I go to buy anything, if I fly out of the country, I will buy you whatever your husband asks me to. That's the kind of side chick I am. I've shopped to
Oh,
all my
really?
exes. Oh yes, I've been to God
Mention
knows
name.
I
Mention
fly
name.
out anytime. I shop for them.
That's interesting.
I want to ask you a question. Yeah.
Okay.
Wowza. The dynamics of the relationship that stay on video in a second. Just stay for this. The dynamics of that relationship that wanted to have you as a third party in the marriage. did you guys discuss finances? Because that's an issue.
Oh, I didn't send you the screenshot of the finances part.
Did you send that? I don't think I saw it.
No, I got you. I got you. Yeah, we actually had a conversation, and I asked them, like, because I have a I have a way 100% better job than the wife, and almost me and the husband earns good, and I'm financially, alhamdulillah, I'm very okay. So I asked him, what happens if we're trying to plan a trip? Do I have to chip him? What happens between us? And the Nigerian couple, the Nigerian guy says, no, mama, I got you. The Nigerian couples, nothing is gonna come up from my pocket. The other couple is a mix of a white guy with a black woman. The white guy is the financer, but this other one, because there are three couples that I'm about to get into them. So the third one, they are basically black people. I asked the guy, what happens if we want to fly out? I want to go shopping. He says he can't afford Louis Vuitton, Gucci lifestyle that I'm used to by myself. That's all he told me. I can't afford you because I'm a little bit extra when I can. So he says, I can be your extravagant, but if you're doing a trip, I'm going to hold you down. When I'm buying a house in the States, we're going to do a 3-quote thing, 3 of us. Once we are sure you're with us. But the thing is that once I'm with them, I can never be with anybody else. We're going to exchange phone calls and everything tracking. But the white man with the black girl, they just want me with them, but there's no sharing of passwords because the wife is also outside. They're an open thing. Yes, it's complicated. But the Nigerian couple, I have to move in with them, of which I'm ready. I have a job and I'm definitely not ready. But if they want to fly out, they can pay my first class, business class, whenever. We can go to Mykonos, we can go to Ibiza, whatever they feel like. But it's something that I have to, once I go on a trip with them, I have to be sure it's them I choose. And I'm not ready for any 3 of them. I'm not ready. I'm still trying to figure out what I want.
Have you guys talked about having children? Because that's an...
Yes, 2 couples. We have had a conversation about the kids. So, American and black girl couples.
How many kids do you want to have? How many kids would you want? Yes.
I know the internet never forgets, but Daddy Freeze, I'm scared to be a mom.
Why?
Wow, this is so hard to say, but it's so emotional. I don't talk about it. Would I want to be a mom? Yes, but I'm scared because of how I was brought up.
Can you throw some light? No matter how circumstantial, can you just throw some light on that?
I'm just gonna put let me put a title. I'm just gonna put a title of The Rejected Child. That's the title I use every day. When I wake up, that's the title. Yeah. So no, I don't think I wanna be a mom. I'm not ready. I've been to the therapist and all that, but I don't think I'm still ready. But right now, I'm still outside.
All right. You can send me the stuff on WhatsApp. I just asked the question there. Don't worry. This is just for me to be able to form an opinion. Okay. So let me bring a lot of people want to join us live.
Okay.
Smiley baby, yes. All right. Now, guys, when you join, please use only... You want to go, Samaria?
Okay, I thought you wanted to bring in other people.
Yes, we're bringing in other people. Now, guys, remember, bad words. You cannot use any bad words, okay? All right, go ahead. Vidoma, we love network. All right, go ahead, my sister.
You are talking about the side chick and wife, right?
Yes.
I would say that from the little experience that I have of people being a side chick, I feel like most of the men having a side chick because when their mom, I'm gonna be talking from the biological part.
Okay.
Okay. So when a female starts giving birth, when a woman starts giving birth, there's a lot of changes that comes into, like her body change automatically. Let me talk about the V part. When you're giving birth, your V part expanded, right? It doesn't come back to shape. It doesn't come back to
I'm
shape.
listening.
Body,
No.
Yes, it doesn't come back to shape.
body differs. Sorry, body differs, right? Don't forget body differs, okay?
Yeah, we understand female
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
The female, wherever the
what
V
does
part,
it
it
change
gets.
point where it gets different from how it was before she had
Yeah,
it?
how it was when they met. Women, we take care of our body in a different way. Me, I spend time taking care of myself. Like the important part of my body, my dear, I spend a lot of time taking care of it in the bathroom. I don't be buying stuff that people sell. I go to the internet, I check Amazon, I still work and help me to like make my husband wanna feel like it's still the way it was when we first met. Do you understand? So I feel like that's also one of the reasons why men look out.
Okay. You were suggesting that a lot of men look outside their marriage.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah. And when women start giving birth, they get tired. They don't have time. I have a sister that when she hasn't had a baby, she's very, very active. Like she literally sits me down and talks to me about stuff like that. And then when she said she has the first baby, she has a second baby, everything changed. Like sometimes she's so much busy taking care of the child that she doesn't even have a time for herself. When the husband say, okay babe, I'm ready, she's like, oh my god, I'm so tired. But when they first met, she's very, very active. Like she can turn and like do the old 360, but she can't do that anymore.
There are exercises that you can do. There are exercises that go back to shape after that.
All right. Thank you very much for your comment. We have over 40 people waiting to come online. I'm just going to quickly run through comments. I saw a comment from someone called Fallon. Fallon disagreed with this lady. So let me see if I can bring on Fallon. Fallon, just send me a request. Let me bring you live. Send me a request. All right. Also, in the meantime, Nene Kaspiff. I want to bring you live. You were disagreeing with the lady. Bring men. You guys are not sending me requests. Now, so women, they send me requests now. So, Nene Kaspiff, you're here.
Hey, Daddy Freeze, there's somebody called manbag_007. He says he wants to be on live.
Manbag. You should send me a.
Manbag_007.
Manbag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please bring big manbag_007.
Manbag.
Yeah, bag_007.
Okay. Invite. We should have him now. All right.
Daddy Freeze.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm okay. Daddy Freeze, Agba.
Yes, boss.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, so I just want to change the dynamic of what we've been discussing since.
Okay.
I think for me, from my own perspective, and for my own
Yeah.
reasoning, when it comes to side chicks and second wife, do you know why I used to tell my friends when we discuss about all these things? All men cheat, all men cheat. If you look at our grandpa, our popsy, some of them they are polygamous. So most of us,
100.
yeah, a lot of people grew up in a polygamous family. Even me, God, we be saying I only one wife, my papa married, you still get girlfriend. If I go my popsy office, I go see girlfriend for there. If I reach out, I don't go tell my mama. So this is what I'm trying to say. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It's just that there's a different approach to men being polygamous now in the present age. Because now, instead of marrying two wives, because me, I know waiting my papa see, I know waiting my grandpa face when they marry two wives, three wives. So I'd rather not marry two wives. So that is why some girls even prefer to be side chicks than being a second wife. Now,
No,
picking,
please,
So you would
please
prefer a
talk to
side
me,
chick?
talk to me, talk to me
Would you prefer
directly.
a side chick?
some people prefer to be side chicks
No, I
than
say
second
you.
wife.
Would you would you prefer a side chick?
Me, I've been staying with my girlfriend for like 8 years now. After I
Don't worry.
left
I'm
school,
talking
Now,
about marriage.
I'm
hold,
saying for 8 years now, me I don't cheat. They don't catch me
So
well.
how about the risk? How about the risk involved?
After 8 years.
now, hold on, yeah. Hold on,
Yeah,
yeah.
that freeze.
I want to ask you a question. Samaria, wow, you've been dating this guy for a year. He told you he was single.
Okay.
You know that's a lot. They remove their wedding ring and they tell you this. And you guys you fell in love with him, then you got pregnant. When you now got pregnant, the child is 6 months gone. You now found out that he's actually married.
Hmm.
And you love
That
this guy.
was
Now, situation. So the guy now comes to you and says, okay, babe, this is the story. I didn't want to tell you because blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm sorry. Would you want to marry me as the second wife? Or would you want to continue being a side chick? In a situation like that, where you really love the guy, what would you do?
yeah.
I would.
First and foremost, Daddy Freeze.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a story about a man and a second wife, now picking,
Please.
now
Thank
picking,
you, man. Thank you, baby. Thank you for saying that.
now
100%.
picking. Most times, I won't lie to you. I have a friend. His dad has 4 wives, 12 children. Most times, he's always picking. He will just come here, bro. My papa don't give another woman belly. We won't go do introduction. I'll be like, this man will be tired. Most times, it's not about, okay, I've been seeing you at my side chick for 15 years. Okay, I want to come and meet your parents. You come and pay your bride price. Most times, now picking be the first
Now
thing.
you see that men, you can't satisfy men enough no matter what.
Men
It's
are
only when
polygamous.
you
That's
start,
why I say
and
men
that's when
stay
men
where they
satisfy.
want to
Do you,
stay.
do you
Because if you
see
When
men
start
are
you love
satisfying
them,
your
you
polygamous?
kids
want
outside,
to
means
Daddy,
that you
daddy
people
freeze,
going,
daddy freeze,
you are
daddy
going to
freeze.
die.
Make I whisper something to your ear, but one lie, I lie. See, I have someone that works with most of these our pastors. I'm not even talking about the big names. If he's telling me some gist, I will just open my
But I beg,
Supposed to
don't beg.
go.
What till they keep? No, what till they keep man picking 8 years for relationship for? You wicked
me,
though.
you can even keep 1 year. If there's no ring,
8 years. That
bro.
is too much now. Guarantee
Ja,
for. Why would you
bye-bye.
keep
So
someone start for 8 years in the name
all
of relationship?
my own perspective is just that all men they cheat.
But
They
wait,
cash
answer this question
shows.
first. Why would you keep someone's child 8 years in the name of relationship?
Because she wants
Don't
to
they
be
do
kept
free
for
data
eight
every day?
years.
No, the 8 years.
Because she
No,
feels like getting kept.
we've been living together for 8 years. We started
Hey,
from
you not already married him now. So he's been
exactly
picking
That
for
now
one is
party. That's what I'm trying to say.
this one
But
is
Now
bro,
party.
8 years.
in these eight
Yeah.
years, have you cheated on this lady?
Like they don't
Ah,
catch me. Oh.
hey, Daddy Freeze. Tell man bag in Kenya when you live with
Also,
a
not
lady in Kenya
now.
for 6 months, that's your
Fear
wife.
God.
She can fight you
Fear
in the
God.
court.
They don't catch me, but we started
they,
together because we started dating from
they take
nothing.
the
Yeah,
Like we
lady
started
on,
together after school.
she becomes your
Like
wife. All right, let me
yes.
bring more people. Thank you so much, man bag. God bless, bro. Wow.
8 years.
wow.
8 years.
Yeah. So in Kenya, if you live with a woman for 6 months,
8 years is too much. I got.
all
No,
right.
it's too much.
Don't be too mean.
If I don't show you.
Well, I don't do. All right, where are all the ladies? Okay, I'm gonna bring 2 more callers and we call it a day. It's been a wonderful.
No, Daddy, why are we calling it a day? We have not even started this conversation. I don't understand. I've been waiting since
Okay, 1 more conversation. Okay, I'm bringing in this lady. Now you take control of the conversation. Wowza.
She looks Kenyan pie.
No, it was me from yesterday.
She was with us yesterday.
Oh, the American girl who thinks that I don't accept the most. Welcome back.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, darling.
I'm reading the comments, and I actually went back to see the video from yesterday. Now, everyone has their own perspective, so I want to put it out there. Not everyone wants to be married. Not everyone wants one wife. Like, you know, multiple callers have said. There's some polygamists. There's the side chick thing is just about cheating. I'm completely against the side chick thing because it's cheating. There's no need for it. But again, and there's another point that the first man had brought up, like, why do we women always go after the side chicks? Why don't we go for the man and blame the man? We absolutely do. It's just that women also know better. You know how men have this bro code? Oh, I see my guy cheating, but I will never ever tell, you know, his wife. I'll pretend like, oh, dad, I don't know. Oh, he cheated on you. I think women, we don't give each other the same respect, and that's our downfall. But that's a whole nother discussion there. So with this, Wowza, your story is, from what I can grasp now, I've only known you from, you know, what you said in our little meeting yesterday. You have been hurt. And I see this with a lot of women nowadays. They're tired of being hurt. You've tried, from what you've said. Sometimes you've been blindsided. So you're like, you know what? I give up. I'm going to get my own, you know, however I can. I don't care who I hurt or who, you know, deals with it. I'm just going to satisfy myself. And that is a lot of women's mentality nowadays. And it's sad that it's being normalized, not even just Africa. Here in America, I see it all the time. It is, unfortunately, a sad thing. And you, like you said, you want to be married. But at the rate at which you're going, do you really think, you know, by the time you do find Mr. Right or Mr., you know, perfect or whatever, your mind might be so messed up that even when you do get in a relationship, knowing everything that you've done to these wives and, you know, these actual, you know, the home, you're going to start thinking, this man that I love now, that I'm ready to marry, that you've been married to, does he have a side chick? Is he sleeping around with somebody else? Is he finding somebody else to go buy my clothes? Those things are going to catch up with you sooner or later. I'm not dogging you. I mean, I have friends and colleagues that I've just met that they're like, look, I've tried, I'm tired. This one done cheated. And these are like people that are in church, that are pastors, that are this.
Okay, sis. Sorry.
Can I just say something? Because you've been talking.
I wouldn't want you to focus mainly on her. Talking about, you know, like the kind of impression, and things she may start imagining by the time she gets her own man or she gets married. Don't forget that it's not just about her. We as individuals, you know, like when we date, you see a lot of heartbreaks. It has a lot of effect in the afterlife. You see all this heartbreak, all this breakfast they serve everyone. All of us are just collecting breakfast. By the time you start settling down, you start getting married, you see a lot of these rules playing in you, emotional. It comes up. So if you ask me, I would even prefer to stay off any drama, off any love-related affair till it's time to settle down, because the more hand you passes, the more kind of a mentality you have, the more perception you have about life, and it sure would affect you someday. So not just about her being a side chick or whatever, is reflected in every aspect of life when it comes to relationships.
Let me tell you something. Do you think I walk around telling everybody, hey, my name is Ashley and I want to be your side chick if you're looking for a side chick?
No, not at all.
Do you think I walk around like that?
I trust me, I hope I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying side chicks in general.
No, baby girl, let me tell you something.
Absolutely not. But let me, here in America, you remember how you said yesterday, the streets are cold? Absolutely. But I'm not in the street. I'm at home by myself, and I'm okay that I don't have a man right now. Like, does it get lonely? That's okay. But I don't need a man for everything in my life. My peace is knowing that I can be home, that I don't have to worry about diseases. I don't have to worry about some side chick. I don't have to worry about somebody rolling up on me and you're dating my man. I'm going to beat you up. And you know what? I've tried, and I'm like,
I've been out there. I've done this dating apps. Okay, you know, go out. Oh, how are you? Whatever. Find out
Baby girl, let me
the
tell
man
you something.
has a
No.
woman at home. I'm out. There is no I love you. There's
I
no I
don't know how
want you.
long you've
I'm
been in the
gone.
States. Wait, hold on, baby girl. I don't know how long you've been in the States. I haven't been to live in the States. I travel anywhere I want in the world, but just for vacation, and I'm outside. It's different from you living there. So your perspective of what you see about relationship from the States with how we are in Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Mauritius, Congo, it's a whole different vibe. Number one, I'm gonna tell you that. It's different. Okay? When you come to our continent called Africa, it's a different energy. The men take the lead. Okay?
Understand that.
Let me tell you something. A lot of people, since yesterday, let me tell you something. I'm telling you something. I don't know you, you don't know me, and I'm telling you something, okay? This is what people don't want to talk about it. So a lot of people from yesterday on my live, they sent me DMs of bashing me and all bullshit. And let me tell you something. Most of them, they don't even know who they are. First of all, they don't even know the kind of men they are with. They're not even sure if they're dating or just having sex, or they're just there for the sake of having a title. Okay? Okay?
You're right. And look, I like I said, you know who you are, where you are in your relationship. I'm not bashing you at all. I'm just saying, you know, we're all
First of all, I'm gonna tell you something, baby girl. I have my own career. I've been a property manager and real estate in this country, going to 4 years in Qatar, which is an Arab country, and I'm so doing well financially. I'm good by myself. But no matter how much of a woman you can be, yeah, you always need that emotional person, physical person. Yes,
that's right.
When I put myself out there, I put myself as an independent woman. You know what men do? And just to let you know, I have fed 2 men. Not 1 day, not 2 days, but 2 years. I fed 2 men thinking that, oh, they didn't have their thing going on. But I was good with them because I was seeing the future. But you know what they did to me? They F you brains out.
It's okay. I get it. You're hurt. I'm not, Wowza, you're hurt. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I get it. I'm just saying, these men, you're the one that's going to suffer in the long run, not these men. They're going to come and they're going to go. They're going to go to the next one, right?
Not just anyone who would suffer, irrespective of.
But right now, baby girl, listen, I'm telling you, and please follow me anytime for the next year's coming. Right now, I'm finishing my second degree. By next year, I'm outside. Baby girl, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I wanted one, but even the talking stage puts me off because you know what happens? You having a conversation with somebody for 1 week, second week is that baby, I
You get what you asked for.
I mean, no. Look, you have a nice body. Excellent. Absolutely.
Wait, baby, that shit is physical. Don't say I'm showing off. If even a blind man will understand it's there, please don't say that. It's different.
Okay.
You still have a job, and I'm even in school. Just to let you know,
I didn't say you. Look, I did not say you were not intelligent. I didn't say you didn't have a job. I'm just saying you're hurt.
I know, but you need to understand that this is nothing for me. I got this, and this is what takes me to be who I am. Ashley Martins. This
Can
is
someone
me.
play me Black Sheriff, please?
Just want to remember your temple is your body. Your body's. Thank you, Daddy. That's all I have to say.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my sister. And a final call after this. And we've been on for over an hour, so we might just need to go. This is amazing. Proud of you, Wowza, for the fact that you're in school and you're a hardworking lady. You've got a good job and all that. That is really, really important. Let me bring a final person. And then we call it a day. All right, I've seen Fallon. So Fallon, you're gonna be our last caller for the day.
Hi, hello everybody. Hello, Daddy.
Hi.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. All right, I've been following up for a while. Wowza. I've heard you, and I want to say that life is a choice. You know, being a second wife or being a side chick. I want to say that I cannot be any of those. Actually, I'm married. My last child is 14. And, you know, life is just all about choices. You have made your choice, but you said something that piqued me. You said you don't want to talk about the way you grew up. I think all these things that you love or the way you are thinking could be from the way
Network's bad.
married men be attracted to her. This
Network's bad. All right.
Daddy, please, that was cold.
That was.
Was everyone is out for you?
No, everybody, see, let me tell some Daddy Freeze. Are you done with the calls?
Yes. No, one more call, and then I'm handing over to you.
We can have our finals
off.
because, yeah.
Good morning, Daddy Freeze. From
Yes,
here.
good morning. Real quick, we're running out of time, so just your opinion.
Yeah, okay. I've been paying attention to what everybody is saying. The fact is, being a side chick is a choice, and being a second wife is also a choice, you know. So a lot of men, I can boldly tell you that almost all men cheat, but who get caught is the real deal, you know. So I don't think being a side chick is a bad thing, because side chick has helped a lot of married men. If not for side chick, I can boldly tell you that most
Please,
men
God
have
bless you for me. God bless you.
That's just the fact, you know. So we don't have to be judgmental, you know. A lot of people pretend a lot when it comes to stuff like this, you know. We are all cheat, but who get caught is the real deal. You understand? So that's just the fact, bro.
All right.
I'm just saying this from my own perspective. Yeah.
All right, bro. Thank you so much. And calls have finally been locked off, so useless.
Thank you.
Good man can slip and fall. We can't say David was a bad man because he was seduced by Bathsheba. You understand? But a good man can fall, but when he falls, he regains his composure very quickly.
Daddy Freeze, in other words, are you saying side
Good
chick
man
is okay?
in a bad place. Listen, when a good man is in a bad place, it is easier to put him on the ground when he falls.
But Daddy Freeze, it's not about this side chick. Can you show us the behind one more time, please, sweetie?
Your followers wouldn't like this, but they'll be fine.
No, we will, baby. Go ahead, baby. Show us that. Show us what your doctor gave you.
No. What are you doing on my life? We will behave yourselves.
Daddy Freeze, have your show.
Please. You people are not serious. Oh yeah. Come on, be going. Gentlemen, lovely show. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Bye.
Woohoo!
Daddy, I didn't finish. What happened to you?
Sorry, I'm still here. I'll continue. Just finish. Oh yeah, finish. It's over. It's all yours now. So
everybody has, see, let me tell, it's always about negative. If you read comment, it actually gets into you, but me, I don't care, because the side chick thing I talked about was something I've done before. Right now, I am nobody's side chick. Shit. Oh, somebody was on live, is calling me on video. So I am nobody's side chick. I'm only talking to one person, and that's the only person that gives me sleepless nights, because we're just talking. I'm not nobody's side chick. I'm nobody's girlfriend. I am not even sexually active with anybody for a long time, for months. Nobody needs to believe this, but people need to stop judging people just because of conversations.
Absolutely.
Really?
Thank you, my sister. Remember, I'm not judging you. Block them. Ignore them. Make
Oh,
your
I
right
blocked
choice.
almost 20 yesterday, Daddy.
Make your right choices. And remember, at the end of the day, you're the captain of your own ship. Okay? And also think about a life you'd want 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And also, you're just 28. So I know this phase might last for a while, but eventually you'll settle down. And I do pray you find somebody for you, somebody who's going to love you and take care of you and make you happy. In the meantime,
Amen.
take care, have fun, and thanks for waiting this long to join my live.
Daddy, you know how long it took me to wait for this live? I
How many?
canceled my night out.
Well, you go for another one.
But the next live, please just give me a notification. I still have to be there. I don't care. If it's
All right.
about education, I still want to be there.
Awesome. We're going to be talking about single women very soon, and single women who are contributing financially to their homes, and I'd like you to be a part of it. So
please, I have actually taken care of 2 men single-handedly. 2 men with my money and everything. Yes, I want to be there. Please put me through.
All right. Awesome. Take care.